Hey guys, welcome back to Witches of the Moon. This week we are talking about, y'all know who I am, right? You know? Okay. So I'm Dia, aka OreoAces.com. Almost forgot to do that. I am one of your hosts here on Witches of the Moon, this beautiful channel. And this week we're talking about ethics in witchcraft. Now, this is a hell of a topic to do. Okay, now, ethics in witchcraft. Your ethics in witchcraft will totally depend on one, your personal morals and your traditional morals. By traditional morals, I mean the ones that go to your traditions, and then within those traditions, there are still personal morals. Like I know a lot of Wiccans who um, believe the harm none rule, but if something go down, they ain't about to bless you. They're not about to tickle you with a feather. So again, there's the traditional rules, and then there's your personal rules. Um, Ethics in witchcraft, I really don't believe they're. People try. They try to make it one strict ethic law rule, but that's mainly because. Kaba, where you going? Where you going? One second, y'all. Okay, nobody was at the door, so I don't know what the hell that was about. But there's like this unwritten rule where there's supposed to be ethics in witchcraft, but the whole point of witchcraft is to get away from ethics and to create your own ethics. Like some things are common sense. You know what I mean? So some things should just be common sense. Um, but even in saying that, what's common for one is not common for another. So, and a lot of times when we get to the ethics, that's really when we get into mainstream, where since or not mainstream, the Abrahamic faiths, where they don't understand why some traditions do certain things. So they try. So those traditions, as the Abrahamic faiths became more popular, those traditions, or I would say certain people, crept into those traditions and tried to lighten it up. And by lightening it up, I mean try, instead of explaining the beauty of the tradition, try to say, "Oh, we don't do this no more," or blah 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 blah, and things like that. Now, um, while I would like for there to be ethics in witchcraft, to actually put that on somebody else would be totally restricting and controlling. Because in order to have ethics, ethics is based on your individual morals. Everything in life, we try to act like things are not connected, but everything really is connected to how you feel about something. Whether something makes you feel good or something makes you feel bad, and these are where your ethics come from. So with that, everybody feels differently about different things. Like I don't like rice. My husband loves rice. So should I ethically say, "Oh, we're not eating rice in this house because rice is wrong and rice doesn't come from um, my background and all this," when my husband is part Filipino, so definitely rice is in his line and all that. Well, rice is, you get the point I'm trying to make, right? So, with that, that ethics come into play. That really just come into play into how people feel, and you can't place your feelings on another person. Now, these collide when these things in ethics will collide when you're when harm comes into play, and that's when rules are decided and whose ethics is going to win over what. um but I don't really have too much to say on ethics and witchcraft because I really don't. While I'm flip floppy on this one. On one hand, I don't believe there should be ethics, but on the other hand, there are people in the world, regardless of what their tradition is, that just don't have my common sense, and or I think so. I say those don't have my common sense, or at least for they don't understand why they do things. They're just doing it just to do it, or they're doing it for what I believe is the wrong reasons. I'm not against, even though I'm not going to do an animal sacrifice. At least not one y'all ever find out about. Uh, but I'm not really against animal sacrifice. It's not for me. But I'm not going to tell somebody else to do an animal sacrifice. However, I do get annoyed when I see people who don't understand the history around animal sacrifice. And I also get very annoyed with anybody who eats meat or fish or wears leather. I'm not a vegan though. I'm not a vegan. But then have a problem with animal sacrifices. Now the reason why is because when an animal sacrifice is done, normally the meat of that animal is eaten. It's not just you kill the animal, you use the parts for whatever, and then you just discard the rest of the animal. Normally, when it says animal sacrifice, every part gets used for something. Nothing is left behind. So I do get aggravated when people, or and some most times people, it sounds witchy to say you do animal practice. So a lot of times people say that they really don't. But I'm rambling now. I don't want to get too far into that side of it. I do get aggravated with that. However, I'm not against animal sacrifices. Also, excuse me, I consider all food a sacrifice. Plants, animals, all that is a sacrifice, which is, reason why people chanted, prayed, mantras, whatever you want to call it, over their food. They did rituals to thank the earth, thank their gods, thank the deities, thank the angels, whoever, um, for providing them with that meal, and to give back some of their energy for the energy in which they're getting. Uh, but yeah, I guess that's kind of an example. Um, Again, as far as ethics and witchcraft, it really depends on your tradition, and then within your tradition, it depends on how you feel, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. Um, I really don't think as far as a strict set of ethics. The only thing I do believe in is if they're not harming you, if they're not coming for you, then I don't believe at all in human sacrifices. Um, I don't. I just don't. You know, I mean, if they're willing to do that, then that's between y'all two. If they're willing volunteer, that's between y'all two, y'all three, whoever, and the law. Nothing to do with me. But that's just something that I don't believe in. As far as other ethics, I mean, if I'm pretty much open to most ethics. If you're not if you're not harming anyone, and that person or thing is able to willingly participate, that's between you and your guys. They have nothing to do with me. Uh, I'm not going to do certain stuff, but that's about all I can say on that. It's so it's totally wrong for me to say, oh well, this is the ethics because that'll be my ethics, and then say these are not ethics. What's ethical and what's not ethical within the craft? Because and now with the craft, we have some people that's so eclectic. Like, how do you say, oh, this is right, this is wrong? Isn't that the whole point? Most people is coming out of these Abrahamic faiths or these strict traditions so they can go and create their own and what works for them. Yeah. So as far as ethics and witchcraft, boo, if you're not harming nobody, do you? That's how I feel. If it makes you happy and you are not purposely harming people, or indirectly harming people, and all bets, if someone's trying to harm you, now all bets are off the table. I believe in an eye for an eye. But other than that, do you? Uh, Ain't nobody paying your bills but you. Ain't nobody living your life but you. And when you die, ain't nobody dying with you but you. So rock out while you're here. That's how I feel. So other than that, that's how I feel on ethics. So we're gonna end this right here because I think I said everything and nothing all at the same time. So everybody stay blessed to be a blessing. Don't forget to watch everybody else's videos. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Peace.